gatherings. What's so special about this one?
Well, all you have to do is look around the pits. There's probably one between this and Goodwood, probably two of the greatest gathering of race cars. And the difference here is they're being used. You can have something that's a Model T that's worth maybe $10,000 or a multi-million-dollar Ferrari, and everybody's running around the pits with them, and then gets out on the track and use them. People here really know their cars, and they use them. We have a great time. Camaraderie is tremendous.
And he's got an incredible car. You can hardly hear it running. It's powered by a World War I aircraft engine. It's all torque, no RPM, but boy, looks like fun.
I was about to say it sounded a lot like an airplane. Back to the battle. Brian Redman and that Porsche 908 with Brian Barrington just off his gearbox in the Lola.
Well, and that's history revisited because the Lolas were no match for the Porsches in that day. In fact, then nothing was. Porsche owned endurance racing from about 1970 until they sort of gave it up. But boy, Barrington, whoa, almost runs out of room. That was a bold move. I don't know if it was a smart move.
Now that is racing.
Yeah, none of this, oh, I'll wave you by when you come up near me and then you wave me by if I'm faster. None of that BS. Brian Redman is going all out.
Tom Holfelder still hanging on in third in that Ferrari 512. And he is followed by a pair of Chevron B16s in the hands of Jamie Mazzata and Robert Gregory. As a quick glance in the mirrors for Brian Redman, let's go back a little bit further in the field. This is the 35 of Howard Matloff, a 1970 Martin BM8 who started 16th. He's picked up a couple of spots. He's in 14th, battling with Tom Armstrong in that red 1966 Ford GT40 behind him.
And he just chopped Armstrong off at the carousel and almost took the nose off that Ford.
Matloff out of San Diego, California. You know, I've never seen a Martin before, but I bet Alan has.
Now, this is probably one of the rarest cars you're ever likely to see. It's a 1970 Martin BM8 made by Brian Martin, north of London in Buckinghamshire. I knew the guy very well indeed. It's definitely got some 917 Porsche styling characteristics on this car. It's Chevron-esque, it's Lola-esque, a 2-litre sports racing car. It's got a BDG 2-litre engine in the back of it at the moment. Now, Brian Martin also, and no one will remember this, built a 3-litre V8 engine, all of his own design. I remember buying one from him and sticking it in the back of a Valkyrie and tried to make a 3-litre prototype. It was a complete and utter total failure. However, I think the BM8 is going to go very well here at Laguna Seca.
And while Alan gets back to meeting everybody on the property, we'll get back to Howard Matloff, who remains in 14th place, although now he is being challenged by Tom Armstrong in that GT40.
Armstrong with a quick nip, and of course with the big Ford V8 power, he is just simply going to overwhelm the Martin down that long front straightaway. Now, it's a heavier car, though. The Ford won't have the advantage in the corners.
Well, back on board the BMW with Tony Swan. At the top of the corkscrew, he started 20th, currently 16th.
Listen to that big straight 6.
Battle for third. Holfelder now in the Ferrari, being challenged by the yellow Chevron B16 of Jamie Mazzata.
And there's Mark Innocenzi in the Owens Corning fiberglass Corvette, one of the Tony DiLorenzo SCCA championship machines.
Hear that V12. Now to the battle for 8th. Joseph DiLoretto in an Alfa Romeo 33 TT. He started 11th, and chased by Lawrence Bowman in a 65 Ford GT40. Smoke out of the back of that Alfa.
Yeah, that's not olive oil. The GT's getting a windscreen full of 50 weight, most likely. And he's going to make the pass up the hill. No, he's not. Had the opportunity. Meanwhile, up front, Brian Redman, he better be checking those mirrors because Brian Barrington has come back to him.
And the rules of engagement, I think, have been redefined since Barrington almost found himself up in the concrete a few laps ago. Coming around to begin the last lap. I have an autographed photo of Brian Redman in this car winning the Targa Florio.
You know, I'm not surprised. I got a big one on my garage wall of Redman and Dick Barber's car at Sebring. Porsche, as a manufacturer, really did a great job of celebrating their race wins with posters that are available even today in their dealerships. But here's Barrington trying to keep Redman's picture off the poster this time.
1 lap to go. Either car have an advantage on the twisty infield bit here, Mike?
Oh, the Porsche certainly. Lighter weight, probably better balance than the Lola, but the Lola has that big Chevy lump. Those Lola T70s, Mark Donahue had the most success in one, but Jerry Grant, Bob Bondurant won races in them, so did Dan Gurney, as they were open sports racers. Kick a long straightaway, and that's where the Lola will have its best and perhaps only chance.
Here's where Barrington got close to the wall a few laps ago.
Yeah, he won't try that inside move again. Looks inside of the carousel, nothing there. It's all downhill and all power from here to turn 11.
So we'll see if that big Chevy can propel Brian Barrington beyond. Starting to look like a smoky Porsche from Brian Redman, but he doesn't have to go a whole lot farther. Here comes the final corner.
Barrington's got to be right up Redman's tailpipe to have a chance up the front straightaway. He's close. Oh, he almost lost it.
And that will do it for Barrington, depriving us of what might have been a great drag race to the finish. He got on the gas just a little too soon. Great race.
And for 5th place, William Cotter in the number 8 Ferrari against Chris McAllister's number 2 Porsche. The type of battle-off seen 35 years ago. Here we are again on the final lap.
And Cotter will take the place over McAllister. So a terrific race with some priceless cars, won by a racing legend, Brian Redman. Stay with us. Welcome back. The crowd's doing a little last-minute shopping, and there is plenty to see in these kiosks, full of souvenirs, from t-shirts to model race cars, artwork to books, and a whole lot more. After a great race, it's time to meet our winner. Here's Alan de Cadenet with Brian Redman.
Brian, that was an amazing race. Now, your blood definitely came up to the boil on lap 5, I reckon. You've got the bit between your teeth.
Well, I mean, it was unbelievable, because this car, this 9083, should be a much better car around here than the Lola T70, which I drove, you know, for many years. But he's a young guy, and he's keen, and he's hot, and he's good. I mean, he never put a wheel wrong, under tremendous pressure from me. And then when he was behind me, he didn't put a wheel wrong. I mean, he was really good. I was very impressed. But he also has quite a bit of power.
Yes, well, it was a brawn over brains, I think, where the brains and the brawn, that's what I thought.
Yes, it's certainly very, very powerful. But this is a great handling car, and it's so light. I mean, it has to be 500 pounds lighter than the Lola, which is a huge thing, you know, on any track, on any corner. But he drove superbly. I mean, Jamie Mazzata and I, in the yellow V16 Chevron, before the race, I said, well, I'll sort of, you know, hang around for you, Jamie, and then we'll make a race with it. I was flat out from start to finish. It was unbelievable.
Well, no, it's a very fitting ending to a great weekend.
Yes, it's a wonderful weekend. Monterey, it's the best, perhaps, in the world, although Goodwood certainly runs it close. But a great, safe weekend, and wonderful weather, and a great crowd. Wonderful.
Thanks, Brian. Well done, Irving. Very lovely.
You know, it's fun to see the vintage cars, but it's fun to see the vintage drivers do well, too.
There are the final results. Brian Redman having to use all of his considerable experience and skills to keep Brian Barrington behind him. A terrific race. Now it's time to start wrapping things up, and let's do so by going first to our man in the paddock, Alan de Cadenet.
You know, I really look forward to coming to the Monterey Historics every year. It's one of my favorite venues. We always have fantastic weather, great cars, great people, and great racing. And you know what, Bob and Mike? It's been a real pleasure working with you gentlemen this year. I'm so sorry you guys are stuck up there in the booth, but I just had a phone call from the missus. She wants me to pick up a quart of milk before I go home. So, hey, I'm going to cut out early. And I got a nice piece of kit to do it in, too. Bye.
With that stiff suspension, the milk will be butter by the time he gets it home, but safe travels, Alan. See you again soon. Bob, this has just been tremendous. Not just the breadth of cars and the numbers of them that are here, but the greatest gathering of GTO Ferraris on track perhaps ever. I'll tell you, I've got Ferrari fever full on again, and wow, this is just fantastic.
Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you are into automobiles, there are a precious few places and events that you must attend in your lifetime, and one of them is this one, the Monterey Historic Automobile Races. We hope you enjoyed our coverage. For Alan de Cadenet and Mike Joy, I'm Bob Varsha. So long, everyone.